I'm actually scared to do the anecdote. I'm ready.
I'm so curious what the fuck that
gave me a
means.
slight teaser for this anecdote.
Oh,
and
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I think we just have to get into it.
We have to.
Okay.
We gotta just do
We
it.
just gotta rip this Band-Aid off.
Yep.
Hi, Allie.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi, Shannon. Shannon, how are you?
I'm freaking out. It's a lot going on. Whew. All right, I'm collected.
All right.
So something really crazy happened. First, I had a dream. But before we even get to the dream, we have to start with why I had this dream that I need to tell you guys about.
Okay.
You were asleep.
Yes, I was
That's
asleep when I
typically
had
why
the dream.
people have dreams.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But Allie treated us to this treat. Tuesday, we had second row seats from the ice.
Center ice.
Center ice at the Avalanche game. So much fun. But I was not prepared for the stress that I was going to feel being that close to the ice. Let me just bring up my doc real quick. I'll feel
Sure.
better. I
Sure.
wrote about the dream.
Okay.
I'll give people a little bit of background. So I feel like something that's worth mentioning is that we've gone to a lot of games in person, but somehow every single game we've gone to since Timo has joined the team, if Shannon is in the arena, Timo will not be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have never seen him play live.
No. But this game, I didn't just get to see him play live, but I was like 10 feet away from his face.
I kept
which is
trying
just
to-
like way too fucking close.
I kept trying to catch his eye to see if I could wave to him.
Like, hey, this is your biggest fan right here.
I'm sure they sit on the bench and avoid eye contact.
absolutely.
They
Oh my God.
absolutely do.
But I was like, Timo.
No. So
Oh my God.
too close for comfort. And I didn't realize how much this stressed me out because then I immediately had a stress dream about this that night.
What happened?
Oh, no.
So in this dream, the producer was apartment mates with Timo.
This is a sitcom.
It was
Yes, it is.
Yeah, so it was after the game. I had just hung out with you guys and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go see the producer. And I'm like on my way and he's like, oh my gosh. And as I'm on my way, he knows that Timo's also on his way back from the game.
Yeah.
And he lives in the floor above the producer. And it's like this massive apartment, full glass windows.
So they don't live in the same apartment. They live in the
No.
same apartment building.
Yes.
In your dream.
But it's only 2 floors. And the
Okay.
producer is
Uh-huh.
on the bottom floor. It's a fancy place.
Yeah.
And then the second floor is like vaulted, I mean like 3-story ceilings,
Whoa.
columns, all glass
that's
stairs.
Timo's apartment. Glass
Yes,
stairs.
this is-
Stairs
yes.
is a terrible
Yes.
idea.
And this is Timo's apartment in this dream.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the producer was like, oh, we have to go up to the second floor. And I'm like, why? And he's like, because Timo's coming back from the game. And I was like,
Just go into his apartment.
You have to greet him. It'd be rude not to.
Oh, sure.
so he has like access to his apartment. And we go on up and we're not the only people in there. There's like not producers. I mean, like there's media, camera people, reporters, just all these and coaches
That
and
sounds like
like
a
other
nightmare.
players.
Waiting at his home?
Yes, waiting in the home for him to arrive
Oh.
from the game.
Wait,
but
what
like
other
in
players?
his apartment.
Who was there?
Oh, I don't know, but I just knew there were people like coaching staff and players there.
Huh.
And they're all sitting in like, you know, when you're like in a museum and there's the bench in the middle of the hallway?
Yeah.
That's exactly where they were sitting. This bench in the middle of this very open room with these glass windows. And everyone's just sitting there in anticipation for
That's
Timo to come
polite,
out.
Wow.
at least.
And I'm like, why the fuck are we in this apartment? I don't want to be in here. And it was freaking me out. And I was like, told the producer, I'm like, we have to leave. I don't want to be here when he arrives. This is weird. We shouldn't be in here. I don't understand. So that's what we did. We left.
Mhm.
And then
You didn't even stay to say hi to Timo?
No,
That's
I was
kinda mean.
I was too stressed in the dream because it
Aw.
felt wrong to be in his apartment without permission.
I mean, clearly you
That's
have
true.
keys.
Apparently the producer did.
Or the door was just open because everyone
all
else
these
was
people are in
able
there.
to.
Yeah. So then we go downstairs and Timo arrives because the whole apartment is all glass. So I see through the glass in the producer's apartment him arrive in this big black SUV and all these like media people are around him. Yeah. Paparazzi follow him inside into his apartment where he meets even more paparazzi. And I'm like,
Timo, baby, you gotta get better security.
This is just bizarro, but like expected. And then he ends up like all those media people are like kind of shuffling out. And at the very end of my dream, he walks through the producer's apartment and waves at us and then leaves. And that was my dream about Timo.
I need this reality where Timo and the producer are like besties.
Yeah.
And like play some basketball together.
Yeah.
I could see that happening. They're both tall.
They are both tall.
But the glass stairs reality. We don't need the glass stairs, maybe.
There was just something like I just knew when I had this dream and I woke up, I was like really stressed. And I'm like, this is how I felt being so close to the players. It felt wrong to be that close to
the
them.
glass walls represent the glass between
Oh my gosh.
you and your seat and the players on the bench.
You're right.
That's so true.
If we analyze this a little bit deeper,
Yeah.
you can say that glass
All right, give it to
walls
me.
are the barriers that we put up between ourselves and the outside world.
Yeah. I like it that way.
Yeah.
I want to keep it that way. So that was my random ass dream about being so stressed that we were sitting so close to the ice. I loved it, but it was just, I felt as like they're really people.
They became real people for you.
Yeah.
Like too real.
Yeah.
Timo is real.
Timo is, in fact, real. That is a fact.
That
We have many facts on this show.
Uh-huh. That's why this is Hot Girls Hockey. Born in Jersey. Our weekly opinions on the Devils. There's no facts here. No facts. Because we analyze by many vibes.
Yeah.
Just one fact.
One fact.
One fact.
Timo
Timo
Meyer is real.
Yes.
now we can confirm is real. So, Allie, what's our red carpet report of the week?
It's been a while since we've recorded.
It sure has.
Because we took a little hiatus, and then the NHL took a little hiatus, their little All-Star break. And then we had to like wait for the Devils to play a couple of games so that we would have some stuff to talk about. So I had many different events and happenings to choose from for my best and worst dress. So I'm
scrolling.
we have a best dress, we have a worst dress, and then we have some other things to talk about.
I hope the best dressed. Okay, I don't want to spoil. I know who I want to be best dressed on this list.
Wow, I wonder who it is. The people will be shocked. So I pose you the question that I always pose you. Do you want your best dress or your worst dressed first?
I think best first.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. So we have 2 photos here in the running for our best dress. Are you at all shocked to see that they are Timo Meyer and Nico Hischier?
No.
This is a list that I have put together.
Yes.
So
makes sense.
Since it's my list, Nico wins by end of segment. Moving on.
Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm actually shocked.
I don't know if I've told you guys this before, but there was like one time where I just decided without looking at the outfits that Nico was going to win that week.
Oh, yeah, because you said it on the podcast.
Oh, good.
Yes. Oh, I remember.
That was not a joke. I was like, I just want him to win this week. Whatever he's wearing, he's
That's
winning.
fine. You're allowed.
I didn't do that this week. So this week we have a picture of Nico at the Avalanche game. So what's a little bit different is that we didn't get regular arrival outfits for this game because it was the Black History Month outfits this game. So they had these really lovely jerseys that were designed by a local Black artist. The reason why Nico got like a standout mention for this, because all the players were wearing the same shirt because of this, is I just really like his brown plaid pants. They look kind of like tweed. They're not tweed, but like they have like that like appearance to them. I just like them.
Yeah, they're nice. You know what else I think is nice about this photo?
What?
That thumbs up.
I
he's
love when
given.
they just give a little awkward thumbs up.
It's really awkward.
So awkward. Sometimes he just has really awkward energy.
Have you seen my thumb? He's taking a page from the Brendan Smith book
It
here.
is it's a Brendan Smith move.
Yeah.
Just gotta
I
go
like it.
90 degrees.
It's nice.
Yeah, that's right. You gotta
You
tilt
gotta
it a
tilt
little.
it a little bit, but it's close.
Oh my gosh. I didn't include the picture. Timo, so you can see someone's elbow in this photo
Yeah.
that I cut off. That's Timo. He looks even more awkward. That's why I cut him out. It's not his fault.
We're not.
They
Yeah,
caught
we're gonna
him
ignore it.
mid-stride. It was not a good.
It's fine.
But yeah, no, I like this outfit. The jersey is obviously beautiful. I feel like New Jersey always gets some of the best themed jerseys, the local artists that they picked.
They
always
really do.
do a really good
They're
job.
always so good.
And I liked the pants that Nico paired it with. So we'll give
This
a
is-
second
this
place
is good.
to this.
Okay. I think that's fair.
So our next photo, our best dressed. Before the All-Star break, the Devils had their annual fundraiser, the Sweep the Deck event that we have never been to because, I do love to spend money, but not that much money.
We've been spending a lot of money lately, so
Oh, yeah.
we'll space it out. Maybe next time.
Maybe next year. So they had Timo behind the bar mixing up drinks, and he did it while wearing this lovely orange wool sweater.
I'm obsessed with
It's
this
cozy
sweater.
looking.
I want this sweater so bad. It is so cozy. It is the perfect shade of orange. It's not neon, but it's a bright orange.
Mhm.
Yes. I want this orange sweater because I have a hat that will pair
You do.
beautifully with this.
I was thinking
Oh,
of you when I saw this sweater.
yeah.
I was like, this is a Shannon sweater.
This is my hat in sweater form, so I need it.
Mhm.
Considering the fact that the producer has access apparently to Timo's apartment, I think he can just go in and
Yeah, you can just take it from his closet.
steal
I
this
think.
for you.
I swear. I dream about this. I'm going to be pissed.
I just love it. I love in winter when everything is dark and cold and bleak and people like tend to be wearing dark colors. When someone just like walks in a big, bright, cozy, comfy sweater, I love it.
It's fantastic.
Brings joy to my heart. Best dress of the week, Timo Meyer. Once again, I think he's been there multiple times before, and I'll keep putting him there.
So you got to tell us.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this photo. Is
Is
this our worst dress?
It has to be. Oh my god.
It's been so long since I've gotten to make fun of Jack Hughes.
Yeah, that's true.
Because he's been injured. But oh boy.
Yeah, it's
So here's the thing.
They delivered.
Do you want to know? Okay, so what we were looking at is a photo of Jack and his brother Quinn at the All-Star game.
I
They're standing
didn't even
together.
realize it was his brother.
How could they look
they look
identical?
so similar.
I had no idea who
Okay.
that was.
Have you never seen a picture of Quinn before?
Maybe not.
With the helmet on. I
Oh,
guess I just
yeah.
didn't know what his hair
He
looked
does
like.
look different with his hair.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
All right. So
Yeah, so that is Quinn.
we're looking at Quinn and Jack.
The one thing I think looking at this picture is that Jack is definitely still a single man. Because this is not an outfit
No, it's not.
a girlfriend would let her boyfriend go out in.
I agree.
This is not an outfit. End of sentence. This is pieces of clothing that you are trying to piece together. Like these are the sets of an armor piece that like don't go together in a video game.
Really, it's so
It's
puffy
bad.
but flat at the same time.
Yes.
So
The pockets on that jacket.
what Jack is wearing, this is going to make it worse. What Jack is wearing is a pair of simple black skinny jeans and white sneakers. It's Jack Hughes.
Mhm.
That's
We've
like,
seen this before.
what else is he going to wear?
Paired
Yeah.
with something much better.
I don't think he dressed himself that time.
He did not.
Go back and listen to episode 7, I think, to know what we're talking about.
Listen to them all.
Listen to them all.
In
Listen
case
to
we're
every
wrong.
episode. And then he's wearing like a simple, like a white t-shirt. But that jacket,
That jacket.
that is an Hermes jacket. That
Is it?
jacket costs thousands of dollars.
It did?
It is a tan Hermes puffer coat.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm sorry. This looks like the jacket I would have grabbed from my dad's like closet because I got to go shovel snow and don't want to
Yeah.
ruin my nice jacket.
Yeah.
No,
That's what this jacket looks like.
no,
Oh dear.
no, that
I'm
is an
disappointed.
expensive jacket.
That's so ugly.
But so is Quinn's. Quinn's
It's also ugly.
no.
It's
I
better.
like Quinn's outfit.
It doesn't fit him at all. It's
I-
way too big.
You're right. You're right.
Nothing
but-
on his outfit fits him.
You're right. I won't argue with that. But The pieces are cohesive. He
I
is
agree.
That's
also
fair. It's
he's
better.
wearing a black leather Hermes jacket, and the pieces are more cohesive. It matches the gray pants, the black shirt.
That's fair.
It has a style to it.
Yes.
It does. Every
It
single
just doesn't fit at all.
every single hockey player on the planet needs to see a tailor, except
Yeah.
for Jonas Siegenthaler.
That's true.
Because he has
He's
a
got
tailor.
one.
I think he has one on retainer
Yeah.
because every suit that man wears is impeccable.
Like his pants, like you can see the seam down the front of it. Like he just took them right out of the packaging. It's terrible.
Yeah, it does. It does look like those were just pulled right out of the luggage and not steamed.
It's bad.
Petition for me to be their stylist.
Yeah, I think so.
I
Yeah.
couldn't do worse. So yeah, room for most improvement. Jack Hughes.
Yep, for sure. Are we giving it to Quinn too or no?
Sure. Why not?
All right.
Guest room for most improvement.
All right.
So now I'm going to give Shannon a hernia by going on a ramble.
Because the light just turned orange.
And I still have 2 more topics to cover. So, other things that happened since we've been gone is that the NHL finally got around to releasing this Metropolitan Stadium Series jerseys. Thanks, guys. Definitely did that with enough time for everyone to order their jerseys. Definitely made sure to have enough in stock
Yep.
for everyone to get their jerseys. And definitely didn't just stock Jack Hughes and Nico Hischier jerseys for people who wanted any other player. I think Dougie Hamilton maybe was.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I like Dougie.
I mean, yes, but
not
he's also
playing.
been out for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Which, you know what? Makes me think that these jerseys were
they done like
made
way
a while ago
in advance and they
Because
just
why else would you put
Before Dougie got
would you make
injured.
so much right?
that's a good point.
And yet it took you this long to release them. So many people ordered. The Devils was the
Interesting.
only of the 4 teams. The Devils are the only ones that sold out. So many people want this jersey in time for the game, and
That's
it's just
true.
not going to get
Yeah.
there.
And a lot of people's are like arriving way late for some reason. I
Yeah.
keep seeing
That's a bummer.
they messed up.
So the designs that were released are here for y'all to see. We have for the New York Rangers, it's just it's a white base with the letters NYR in like a diagonal across the front.
Bad.
And then some color blocking stripes
gives it like
on
a
the street.
Classic vibe.
Bad.
Yeah.
but it's still bad.
It's very much like
It
it's
is.
1950 and our jerseys had to be
Yes.
sewn by our mom.
Yes.
Yeah.
In the same vein, the Islanders have like this navy, I can't tell if there's a filter on this, but like a navy blue and orange rugby jersey. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Rugby jersey. And it just says Isles.
Bad times 2.
I don't know what was going on with the teams that went for this like minimalist.
I have a ranking of these.
Oh, I would love to hear it. Oh, yes.
Okay.
I would love that. The Flyers, I am a fan of the Flyers logo. This is just a white base jersey with the black Flyers logo. And again, just some
This
orange stripies.
Could be their away jersey.
Yeah. Is this any different?
Yeah, this could just like if
This
you
is what they look like to me.
yeah.
Mm.
And then
Hmm.
last but not least, we have the Devils jersey. It's a red base with the classic Devils logo, but no circle.
Mm-hmm.
They really went outside the box
Yeah.
or outside the circle,
Outside
as
the
you might
circle.
say.
Yeah.
It literally looks like they took the jersey.
And then 2 stripes, like 2 striped
Yeah.
bands on the
and
arms.
Somebody put like an inverted filter on in Photoshop.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
on
That
accident.
is what it looks like.
And was like, that looks awesome.
Yeah.
Let's make the logo black.
like they were messing around with the hue saturation sliders and it just looks
Exactly.
like an unnatural.
It looks like last minute, too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hate this.
No,
I
no.
don't think this is a terrible
In
design.
theory, I should like this.
I think it's kind of striking. The red and black. There's no white. There's no green. It's
Yeah.
just red and black.
in theory, I really should like it. I
Yeah.
just think it's boring.
Yes. Yes.
the color combos are great,
It
but
needs
it
dimension.
needs like
It-
another
a
element
Gray,
and
maybe?
feel
Yes.
intimidating.
I wish they had done this, but a design element that I wish they had incorporated. I get why they didn't do this because a lot of people hate this, but I saw a mock-up. Oh, it was almost like the jersey, but the Y in Jersey was the devil's tail.
Oh, cute.
I like that.
And I don't know. I think this like color blocking, but with the word Jersey and the devil tail.
That- I think I would have loved.
I think that would have been cool, but
Yeah.
a lot of people hate the Jersey.
Eh,
Those people are wrong.
they are wrong.
They are wrong.
Haters.
They hate whimsy,
You do.
but Alas.
They're clearly not from Jersey.
But yeah.
So Sarah, looking
Yes.
at these 4 jerseys, what is your ranking?
All right. Devils obviously have the best one.
100%.
As boring as it is definitely the best. And
Yes.
thank God for them. Philly, I will give second because it just looks like their regular one. I don't know what the difference is. Third, Rangers. It has a classic kind of feel, but I don't like it.
At least a design to it.
Yeah.
I could see the intention.
Yeah. Like it's similar to their usual one, but it's a little different.
Yeah,
It's
the
fine.
color is kind of working.
Islanders is in negative 5,000th place. What in the world? And it just
No
says
effort.
Isles? Come on.
No effort.
Come on.
It doesn't even look, it looks like a different sport.
That's so bad. That
Yeah.
doesn't look like a jersey.
Well, next year, NHL, if you do this and you need someone to design a jersey, we could do better.
Yes, we could.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you know how I know we could do better?
How can we do better?
We already have.
I'm
Shannon,
wearing it.
What are you wearing right now?
I am wearing a Hot Girls Hockey t-shirt.
You sure are.
And it's soft. It's lovely. I bought it oversized for my dad, but now this one's mine. I'm not giving it to him. I need to order another.
Yeah.
And it was designed by Sarah.
It was.
And it looks incredible.
Yay.
Love this.
You're also wearing one, Allie.
I sure am. I am
Which
wearing
one are you
the
wearing?
Hot Girls Hockey crop top.
It
It is
top option.
It is fitted, but like not too tight.
Yeah.
And I feel really cute in it. So you, dear listeners, if you want to also own your own Hot Girls Hockey t-shirt, stop what you're doing. Don't stop listening to this podcast, but stop what you're doing.
Stop, but don't stop.
Head on over to hotgirlshockey.com.
MyShopify.com.
That's the link. We'll put it in the Spotify.
Yep.
Sign up so that you will be alerted very soon, if you're listening to this episode live, when we officially launch our Hot Girls Hockey store. We're going to have our classic design t-shirts as well as some super fun glittery stickers available.
It's coming very, very soon.
Sarah, can you bring us into our weekly update?
I sure can. So, guys, we are back to our favorite comfortable spot in the Metropolitan Division, which is 6th place.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's better than I thought. I thought it was 7th. So
Me
I'm
too.
happy. Yeah,
Okay.
I thought it would be 7.
Hey.
I don't mind 6.
As long as Columbus exists, it will never be 8.
That's true. That's true. We do have that at least. We are currently chilling at 53 points with 25 wins, 21 losses, and 3 overtime losses. In the last 10 games, we have gone 4-6-0.
Wow.
All I got to say on that is just yikes.
Big yikes.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. We are 5th, 4th, 5th, whatever you want to call it, really, because we're tied with the Penguins in the wild card race. But they have played, I think, 2 less games than we have. So, are we still in the wild card race? Hopefully. But I think in order to be able to be in that wild card race, we really I think we have to look for some change. Wherever that may come. I'm not necessarily sure. But we do have some cap space now with, some things.
Funny how that happened.
And the trade deadline is slowly approaching. We got about a month left until that happens.
Dang.
Do y'all think we're going to see any action on that? Do you think anything is ever going to actually happen?
I feel like we're going to get one player, but it's not going to be anything that we want.
Yeah.
I think it's going to feel totally random. I have no idea.
Or do you think they're going to just forgo this season and
I
just
don't know.
keep trucking along at the weird things that they've been doing, hoping that maybe it'll somehow work and just kind of move on?
I feel like the lack of trade thus far kind of suggests, I think the obvious thing is to look for a goaltender. And
Sure.
I feel like the fact that we haven't heard anything definitive makes me speculate that maybe whatever the teams are asking for, who in trades for goalies, are just asking for something too much
Something
to
that
give away.
They're not willing to do. I
Yeah.
agree with you. I don't think anything's going to happen.
I don't think so.
I think they're forgoing it this year.
Yeah, I actually totally agree with you, because I think that the Devils I think that the front office is still playing the long game, and they're going to try. They have so many young players that they're just going to try to develop. I think they're not going to risk throwing anyone away.
Yeah.
I kind of get the vibe they're just going to ride this out.
Yeah.
And let it happen in the off season.
I agree. Sorry to bring the mood down, but we can bring it back up.
We got to talk about it.
We can bring it back up though. We got some fun stuff to talk about, at least that we got to do.
Do you know what happened this past week?
I do know what happened. I was there.
We were all
As
there.
you.
We were at the Avalanche game this week. Very close. Center ice. And I was so overwhelmed by how close we were, the delicious food, that it didn't even register to me until the car ride home that we had won this game.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah. And this was a big game to win.
Yes.
So going into this game, this is the Devils' first game back after vacation. And they really needed this win because they did not go into vacation well. We didn't talk about their two games before the All-Star break because we were also on vacation.
I thought we were.
Which, by the way, we survived.
Oh, yeah, obviously. Since we're doing the
And
show.
I would like to say I did go really, really, really fast on the snowmobile.
She sure
As
did.
someone who was behind Shannon holding on for dear life on the snowmobile, I can confirm she did go really, really fast. There was a moment when you went around a curve and I was like, I'm flying off. And for a brief second, I braced myself and then I was like, whatever. I just kind of always pictured myself dying on the back of a vehicle Shannon's driving. So
Yeah.
whatever happens here. If we flip, we flip.
Oh my God.
It was like, I was like, this will be like such a Taylor moment of me. You know? So prior to the break, the Devils lost to the Hurricanes 2-3 and then lost to the Lightning 3-6. Sarah's least favorite score.
I get so mad.
Oh my God. Yeah, 6-3 losses. It's just painful. So, obviously they went to the All-Star break on a low and you got to come back strong because you can't set off the second half of the season on the wrong foot.
Right.
You got to step out strong.
Yeah.
So
It's a mental game too.
yeah. So they really needed to win this game. And TBH, coming off what you just said about the wild card race, they kind of really need to win like every game.
They need to win every game at this point.
And Colorado is a strong team. They're currently sitting second in the Central Division, just behind the Dallas Stars, who you may recall on our last episode, we talked about how they famously spanked the Devils before the All-Star break while I was drunk in the second row. Part of the reason the Avalanche are sitting in a fairly comfortable playoff position is because Nate McKinnon was on a 14-game point streak. Can we
Damn.
talk about this?
Wow.
That's crazy.
With 29 points.
That's insane.
I think 13 of those alone were just goals that he scored.
Shoot.
That's impressive.
Like, damn, bruh.
I want him on our team. He's doing that for us.
Never happened.
I don't think that would actually help, though. I don't think the Devils need, not to get derailed, but I don't think they need people who can score. I think they have lots of that.
They do.
We need defense.
I think they need everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's great talking about that because given all of the recent concerns with defensive lapses, goaltending issues, all eyes were really on how the Devils were going to handle McKinnon because he is just on this point streak. There was the real opportunity for this to be another embarrassing 6-3 loss. The answer the Devils presented to dealing with McKinnon was to just throw Nico Hischier at them to be as annoying and in the way as possible.
Yes.
And to let the rest of the team just kind of fuck around and find out.
Yeah.
This plays right into my theory.
You have a theory?
I have a new theory about Nico.
Okay.
Because we were so close to the ice, I got to see a whole new range of expressions on Nico's face.
Okay. You were watching him intently.
Uh-huh.
Somehow didn't see his face at all.
I didn't see his face either at all.
Yeah.
His back was to us.
Yeah.
Now convinced that his sadness,
Oh my God.
Nico's sadness, and he's
Oh my
always
God.
looking like he's in pain every time they zoom in on his face.
Yeah.
It's actually a cover
Uh-huh.
for some major evil eye. Because I was watching, I caught it, I want to say 3 times. You would
Wow.
look over at the Avalanche bench and it was just this evil eye, stink eye, whatever you want to call it, side eye. I was like, what? What is this? And then soon as he would look away, it was the pain face look again. And I was like, is that actually a cover?
Maybe.
New theory about this.
Nico is jinxing the opposition with his stare.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
But this seemed to work. The strategy.
It
Maybe.
really did. So this game starts out the way every day Devils game is going to start out. Mikko Rantanen takes the first goal.
Yep.
With less than 2 minutes in. And honestly, not a single Devils fan in the arena blinked.
No.
No, most people weren't even in their seats yet.
Yeah.
This is a Devils game. You're going to wait the first 5 minutes for them to give up the first goal and then wander to your seat.
That's true.
Like the signal for you to sit down.
Yeah.
That's when the game actually starts. And, I'm sitting there thinking, oh, they're back on their BS. But immediately after, I think less than a minute later,
as soon as the announcement for which Avalanche player had scored the goal, this happened.
Yes.
Chris Tierney answered with his first goal of the season.
Heck yeah.
I apologize to Chris Tierney. On a prior episode of this podcast, I did trash talk him a little bit.
Yeah.
And I am sorry, sir. I just wasn't familiar with your game. You were just playing the long game.
Yeah.
So Chris Tierney got the Devils on the board. And then we were off to the races from there. Tio reared his ugly head.
Oh, yes, he did. In both games this week.
Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. He took a penalty for slashing, and this put the Devils on the power kill. But I felt like they handled it pretty strong. But the standout moment here for me was immediately after there was an incredible breakaway by Jesper Bratt that didn't connect. But it still made me jump out of my seat.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful moment. And this made me just want to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that Jesper Bratt is always in it 100%.
Yes.
Every single game, he shows up and just commits. And it's just such a wonderful player.
Yeah.
And he's very much like Zac Efron, get your head in the game. His head's always in the game.
It is. Yeah. Ball is life.
Ball is life. Puck is life. I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge that because I feel like we don't say it enough. And I'm sure that he would have rather been on the beach during the All-Star break.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm glad that he got picked for All-Star because I feel like he deserves it. This man has All-Star energy.
He does, yeah.
And I respect and admire his commitment to always doing his best.
He is very good.
And even though he didn't make a goal in that breakaway, it was a beautiful opportunity that he took advantage of.
We can always count on him for that. The next thing I wrote after that, because they did that little tribute to Miles Wood, they had that whole video and everything. I just wrote, I don't even care. Miles Wood's here. But then you told me that little tidbit about him on Instagram.
Following all those dog accounts.
Yes, and all he does is follow dog accounts. And I wrote, that's so fucking sweet.
I know.
And it made me miss him a little.
I know. Well, Miles Wood came trundling up to the bench.
Yeah.
And I turned to Sarah and I go, there he is, the traitor.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh, but the dog account.
The dog accounts. That's really sweet.
Bring him back.
Maybe we miss him a little.
Maybe we miss him a little.
Just a little.
Oh, that's so cute, giving me the orange like Shannon. You're so optimistic. I love that. All right, well, we'll get into it. We'll get into the second period.
Yep.
Avalanche immediately take the lead because 4 Devils standing directly in front of net couldn't block a shot.
Yeah. However,
I'm not even surprised.
This goal was taken away from the Avalanche for goaltender interference. But you know what? I don't even care because I think my point still stands.
Yeah.
You can't have a glaring breakdown like that right in front of the net. Put a pin in this thought for the next game. But you can't be having those breakdowns this frequently. In this time goalie interference saved the Devils.
it shouldn't have had to get to that point.
Yes.
Though.
And it's an important moment because it ended up being a tipping point for the game. And it's only because of the goalie interference that this was a tipping point in the favor of the Devils as opposed to in the favor of the Avalanche. The Devils followed it quickly up with 2 goals, one from Jesper Bratt and then Ipboy Dawson Mercer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I really think we would have seen the momentum swing the other way if that goal had stayed. And I think the Avalanche would have buried the Devils Can we laugh at the pun? Thank you.
I'll put a drum
Nice.
in there for
Nice.
If they hadn't gotten lucky, this was luck on the Devil's part that
It
I think
kinda
kept
was.
them in the game.
you. Absolutely.
In regards to Brat's goal, it was on a beautiful setup by Nico, who just like is always doing the most. I also like I had to acknowledge Jesper Bratt, and I know I'm biased and I always talk about Nico being my favorite, but he just like works so hard and is so smart and always seems to be like has his head on a swivel, anticipating what everyone around him is going to be doing. He's busy cursing the opposition's bench apparently, and like sets so many wonderful plays up. He set Brad up so beautifully for this goal to just have to just tap it in. It was so simple. He worked so hard to make everything look so simple for everyone else.
Yeah.
This is why he's captain,
Yeah.
It is.
because he's great and he's great at supporting everybody.
Yes. And doing too much. He's a single mom who works too hard.
Who loves the kids and never stops.
With gentle hands.
I'm a survivor.
Speaking of songs,
Yeah, we got to talk about
when
this.
I think this was in the third penalty. Ross Colton took a roughing penalty, and they played Anti-Hero while they sent him into the box, and just the vibe of sending an opponent's team, like an opponent's player, into the box to "It's me, hi, I'm the problem, it's me."
As
Incredible.
they slowly zoomed in on his face on the
It was
jumbotron.
so funny.
Oh my God.
Incredible.
10 out of 10. I love that. Other things that happened in the third period. Bad things. After the Devils took the lead in the second period, they took advantage of this momentum swing. They go into the third period with a strong lead for about 2 minutes. Colorado ties it up right at the start of the third with 2 goals in. Originally my notes had written 40 seconds. I looked it up later. Apparently it was within 29 seconds.
Jesus.
Jeez.
We've talked about this a million times before. I don't even know what there is to be said, like what the breakdown is that this happens consistently to the Devils, that they give up 1 point and an immediate successive point.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to beat this dead horse. All I'm going to say is that I was worried that this would be a late game turning point for them.
Yes.
And I was genuinely afraid that this would allow the Avalanche to regain momentum and take the lead, because we've seen this happen in the past with the Devils, where they're holding their own, they're even maybe have a lead, and then something just happens that they unravel. And Colorado nearly took this game away from them. Nate McKinnon had a beautiful, very, very close to the end of the game, had a beautiful breakaway chance that was shut down by Vitek Vanacek.
Yeah.
This was a pretty solid game for him, and he came up with that big save that allowed the Devils to hold it together long enough for John Marino to score the game-winning goal like less than a minute after McKinnon's breakaway. And again, on a beautiful setup by Nico.
No. Not the game-winning goal. No.
Well, this is the game-winning goal because it took the lead. It
Well,
wasn't
fine.
the last goal of the game.
Game-winning. Okay.
You could tell us, Sarah, about
Whatever.
the last game of the goal.
The last game of the goal.
I was waiting for
The
it.
last game of the goal was Uncle Eric Holla, of course, on the empty net. But whatever. It's fine.
Your boy. All of our boys were doing good things.
They were. Look at that.
Except for
They
Tio.
were. Well,
The Devils,
fine.
it's a good day for Tio. Not so much Timo. It's fine.
I was just happy to confirm he was a real
he
person.
is real.
It was a good day for Timo because he and Shannon got to be in the same room.
They did, finally.
Yeah.
Love that for you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have to give credit where credit is due. The Devils didn't let the rough start to the third period unravel them. But I also think a lot of that credit goes to the fact that this was a well-rested team that had just come off vacation, whereas Colorado was on the second half of their back-to-back. And I overall, I think this was like a strong game for them. There were like a couple of, mistakes here and there. Vitek played well. There were just like a couple moments where he let up some rebounds that, maybe could have shut down. But overall, I think the team played well. They had a good dynamic. They stayed in it. They didn't get rattled when the Avalanche tried to make their comeback. But the skeptical part of me can't help but think that if this game had been the second half of a back-to-back for the Devils, or if it had just been like a more strenuous game, that this would have been one of those times where the Devils fall apart and snatch a defeat from the jaws of victory.
Yeah, it would have been like a 6-3 loss.
Yeah.
It really easily could have been.
It easily could have been.
And I it didn't give me the confidence that they'd made enough changes to prevent this breakdowns from happening in the future. So whatever the breakdown is, if it's turnovers, defense, goaltending, whatever, I still think they need to clean it up so that in those moments where they're more tired, more run down, playing a rougher game, it doesn't lead to a pointless loss.
I'm like
Shannon
way over.
It's creating
way
I was going to say,
over.
what's the pink
I don't
light
care.
mean?
I don't care, Shannon. I don't care.
Way.
Yeah, this runtime is interesting.
I don't care. I don't care. My last comment on this game is let me on the Jumbotron, you cowards. I don't know what else I need to do.
Well,
They put Shannon on the Jumbotron and cut it off right before me. Everyone at the Prudential staff, you're all on my hit list. Put me on the Jumbotron.
we got to do something like
We have to be more coordinated.
silly.
Because
Okay.
I feel like the reason why the Jumbotron showed me and the people next to me is because we were all wearing the same jerseys
Right.
and looked cohesive. But the three of us weren't wearing the same things that
I
day.
will
We
dip
weren't.
myself head to toe in full body paint and glitter.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Bright red. If you will put me on this damn Jumbotron.
I think they will then. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I
That's
want to
intense.
be on there. I want to blow my little pageant queen kisses. Let me on the Jumbotron.
Next game.
We'll make it
We're
happen.
gonna do it.
We'll do something
I
extravagant.
don't even know who I need to talk to about this,
I
but
don't
I
know.
want it.
Yeah.
I have one comment
What's your comment?
about this game. We need to talk about the people sitting in the front rows. As
Oh?
a fan, I feel like you have a responsibility to cheer. I don't care if we are from Jersey and it's just like not the thing that we do. But it was killing me because there was a couple times when the Devils would advance over the blue line and I want to get up and like fangirl scream. And I just feel like we need a lot more of that.
That's
like
fair.
I feel like there just needs to be more cheering from the people in the front.
Yeah, there is more energy up in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
There absolutely is. And I was like expecting to feel that intensified where we sat. It was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
We were really out there with our pom-poms and
Yeah.
flags. And
Everyone's like acting like I'm too cool to cheer.
We were definitely the loudest bunch in that area
yeah.
Mhm.
with our little pom-poms and flags.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just feel like it has an effect on the team.
Yeah, no one ever does the wave down at the
That's a
lower
good
At the
point.
level.
lower level.
We're always doing the wave up there in the nosebleeds.
Yeah.
We're having a
feel
great
like
time.
if we could bring the energy from the nosebleeds down to the front,
That's ideal.
the team would feel that.
Maybe. You're right. So that's what we'll do at the outdoor game.
Okay.
We're going to be down there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh, we are.
Yeah.
All right.
I make great financial choices. We're going to be down there. And if you see us, if you are not cheering,
Shame on you.
shame on you. I'm going to wag my
Gotta-
finger at
gotta-
you.
I am
I'm
already.
gonna throw a pom pom at you.
Yeah.
But overall, this was a good game. I was super excited. I was like, we're starting off the next half of the season strong. The Devils are going to make their comeback. I believe in the boys.
And then the next
then-
game happened.
Tell me about the Calgary Flames.
Well, the first thing that I think we have to say about this game is that this was Mr. Jack Hughes' first game back after
This-
a very long time.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
When I wrote this down, for some reason, I wrote Jake at first.
Jake is back.
Who's Jake? I don't know. He's
Jake,
back.
Jake is back. We're
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited Jack is back. I'm so excited that we actually remembered that Jack was back.
I know. We got it. We got it in at the top
Good
this
job.
time. Yeah.
Good job. We're getting better at this.
We're good.
And yeah, it was like everything's coming up Devils. They beat the Avalanche.
Yeah.
Jack is back.
Yeah.
Palat is back.
Palat is also
Palat
back?
back.
That's it.
But
VTech
it didn't
had a
add
good
up to
game.
what we wanted.
Tell me what happened.
Right off the bat, surprisingly, Palat took the first goal of this game.
That's
Mhm.
where it all went wrong.
But you are right. That is where it all went wrong. We cannot score first in this game. We cannot do it. It's a curse. It sets us down the wrong path. Shouldn't, but it sure does.
Yeah, it does.
Because then the Flames returned right after that.
Yeah, this game I felt like really let me down because it gave me too much false hope the
Well-
entire time. because we were always like after the first goal, we were always behind, and we would get that one more chance, one more goal. We are so close, but in reality, this was a 5-3 loss.
It sounds like a game of catch up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you think put them in this position of playing catch up?
I feel like we came out aggressive, and dare I say, some of the lines I think made sense. I was like happy where certain people were and
Like who?
who was playing. I think I saw Holtz for more than 4 minutes this game.
Mhm.
Always love when that happens.
Yeah.
Shocking.
He wasn't on timeout.
I guess what I even
And
mean is
he was on Jack's line.
He was.
Yes.
It was
He
him,
was.
Holtz, and Toffoli,
Mm-hmm.
right?
That's beautiful. I think you're right.
And just maybe it's not even just like these lines are what we hope for. Just having Jack back and Palat back felt huge, but penalties killed us this game.
Yeah.
It was Tio went to timeout
No.
at the end of the first, and that power kill carried over to the top of the second, which is just no way to start.
Did the Flames capitalize on that power play?
Yes, they
Yes,
certainly
they did. And they scored.
It was the most unfortunate goal in this
Mhm.
game, too. Vitek thought that he had stopped it, obviously, and it slid just a little bit past right through the 5-hole.
Yeah.
And he didn't notice that it had gone behind him. But however, the Flames did, and they tapped it in right behind him.
I hate that.
It was just, you could tell that Vitek did not have his hibachi that day. Because supposedly he's found a new hibachi place. I don't know if you guys heard
and
about
the new
that.
place maybe is the problem.
Well, we thought it was maybe that he didn't have hibachi in the first place, but
I
maybe
think
this
it's-
new place is not as good. It's not up to par, you know?
They don't have the vibes.
They might not.
And this just continues where Calgary, after they scored, capitalizing on that power kill, they score
Power
again.
play.
Sorry, on their power play. They score again at the top of the third. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm ready to turn this game off. I don't care anymore.
I think you're not alone in that. That was the general consensus I was seeing among fans.
Yeah.
And to make it worse, then we get a double minor who I don't even remember what the penalty was.
It was Holla. He hit a guy in the face.
I'm sorry, that's not funny, but
His stick got like right up in the guy's mask.
No.
Yeah. I just wrote, oh, geez.
beans.
We go into a 4-minute power
That's
kill.
rough.
But somehow,
Yes,
this was good for us
this
Oh.
was.
because Nico scored
Mm.
a shorthand goal.
He sure
considering
did.
King
the
shit.
power kill.
Yeah.
I was like, this is what we needed. This is amazing. And this
Mhm.
is the false hope I'm talking
I
about.
Yes.
think you could build an entire hockey team of just Nico clones. Nico clones, one Jack Hughes, one
I put a Jesper
Bratt.
Bratt. Yeah.
I thought this was Brat, honestly, this goal. Because this breakaway, it was such a Brat move. It seemed like that
Mhm.
anger that he has where he just like goes for it and it always works. But then no, it wasn't.
In
It was
my
Nico.
imaginary dream NHL team, you would have Luke Hughes in net. Because he just seems to be the guy who's like bailing
He
out
does.
the goalie when Vitek is like not
Yeah,
in net.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean?
He did that in this goal
Yeah.
or in this game.
I would put Luke Hughes in net. Luke Hughes in his goalie era. I would have one Jack Hughes.
Yep.
One Jesper Bratt.
Mm-hmm.
And then like 15 Nico.
Nikos.
Bunch of
clones.
Nikos.
Just a bunch of Nikos in
Yeah.
every other position.
We need one defense guy though.
and like a Brendan Smith.
Okay.
No, Nico's also going to be the defenseman.
All right.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, he can do both.
Yeah.
And then like a Brendan Smith for like a personality
We
hire.
do need a personality. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Just like a Brendan Smith.
Yeah.
Just giving little thumbs up, smiling.
Sideways thumbs.
Little sideways thumbs ups. I think that team would win Stanley Cup every year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't prove me I'm wrong.
No.
So this goal gave us a lot of hope.
Yeah.
But Calgary immediately took that away, scoring again. But then Palat answered, and he was on hat trick watch.
He was.
This was his second goal of the game.
I don't get the Palat hate.
Okay, let's talk about that actually. Yeah,
Is that a controversial thing?
that is a controversial thing. I agree with you.
I
But
don't get it.
yeah, a
I
lot of
didn't
people think he's
know there was Palat hate.
There is a Palat
There's
hate.
a lot of Palat hate.
There's a lot of Timo hate too, and the Timo hate and the
Yes.
Palat hate are similar.
Yes.
in that a lot of people think that they were basically overpaid for.
Oh,
And
but they're not delivering.
underperform.
Right.
Yeah.
But I disagree. And here's some proof for you.
Yeah, his first game back and he produces.
Scored twice. What else do you want from him?
I think I think that's part of the It Boy energy that goes around the Devils. If you don't have the current It Boy energy,
That's true.
you get put
You're the anti-It Boy.
You get put on the anti-It Boy list. Sometimes Palat gets on the anti-It Boy list.
So Palat is on hat trick watch.
That he was.
And we pulled our goalie very early.
I mean, not to be,
but before this,
it sounds like he wasn't doing much.
He did something. He did something.
He did something.
It was the most
an unexpected something.
Stressful thing I've ever seen VTech do. Did you watch this happen, Allie?
I did, actually, yeah.
Okay.
But describe it to me anyway.
So VTech comes very far out of the net.
Very far. Like
very
almost
like
the blue line.
Far.
To get the puck. I get it. I know they do that shit, but it was too far.
It was way too
and
far.
He was against the boards. It was so far. And one of the Calgary players
I don't
just
remember who
came
it was, but
straight down, didn't care that it's VTech, like trying to wrestle away the puck because they're like, oh my God, the goalie's out. I'm going to beat him. I'm so much faster than a goalie. I'm going to score. But he hits VTech and he hits him hard. And you're like, ooh. And he's not getting up anytime soon. But what really?
But he did get up and he checked someone.
Did.
Yes.
Well, no, a guy kind of slammed into
was like
him
a
again.
Conveyor belt.
But yeah, it was just one
It was
guy.
just one hit.
Slammed his neck back. And then another guy immediately slams right into him.
Yes. It
he
was
got like
1-2.
run over.
Yeah.
So stressful to watch. And then the Calgary did score, but the refs said took the goal away. And I'm glad they did
because the whistle was blown.
Yeah,
it was just
blown
blown
dead before.
late.
Can't hit the goalie like that.
Yeah.
Exactly. They said soon as the goalie's head is hit, the play ends.
Yeah.
But why was he out there? That
Right.
should have never happened.
It's so far. I loved this shot where you could see Nico Dawes in the background watching him.
Oh,
no, really? Oh, no.
Oh my God. It was just, I really think that you know what? If Fitzgerald doesn't want to make a trade, I propose something.
Okay.
Luke Hughes.
Luke Hughes in net.
VTech.
Swap him up.
I mean,
Clearly, VTech wants to be out there doing other
let
stuff.
him be out there.
Let him be out there. Let him be a defense guy.
Luke plays in net sometimes.
Yeah.
He does.
Literally in this game,
like-
when VTech was out of net,
Oh.
Luke tried to stop the last goal of this game. It didn't really work because it's hard to stop that when you're not wearing goalie gear or anything.
Yeah.
But he
It
did
was-
try.
It was crazy
I
because
think he could do
I remember watching him move his body to block the puck. And I'm like, bold, man.
Yeah.
That puck is coming at you so
It's so
fucking
fast.
fast. And if it hit something that wasn't padded,
He can break a bone.
Yeah.
whew,
Yeah, I do admire Luke Hughes' grit, but sometimes I'm like, buddy, you are too
a little too risky.
It is. You have too much career left ahead of you.
yes.
To be doing that risky. You can relax a little bit. You can, don't injure yourself.
I just don't get why VTech needs to come quite so far out of net. Even
I don't know. I feel
Beyond-
like he
besides
goes
the-
further and further
Yeah.
every time.
even besides that one where he was, literally out of left field, but even just when he is like outside of the goal itself, like I understand the cone of like range kind of theory, whatever. Like, yes, if you are closer to the person who is shooting, whatever, in theory, you're blocking more of it, but it never works in reality. Not for him, at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why he keeps doing it.
And this game ends on an empty net goal. And I'm just disappointed.
Yeah.
This was like the reverse of the Avalanche game.
Mm-hmm.
This was
Keeping me on that fucking roller coaster, and I hate it.
3-5 in favor of 5-3 in favor of the Flames. Ended on an empty net goal for them.
Yeah.
Avalanche was 5-3 in favor of the Devils. Ended on an empty net goal for them.
Yeah. I'm very glad that we went to the Avalanche game and not this one.
You know what's funny is I almost bought tickets to this one.
I'm really
glad. But I was like, there's no way I'm going to get out of work on time. Yeah. The secret maybe is that we just need to be at the game.
Maybe.
Devils, if you want a cheaper option than finding a goalie, just give us
tickets to every game.
It is. Mm-hmm. Even if you put us, third row center ice, it's still cheaper than getting a new goalie.
Anyway, even with the amount of lemon meringue tarts Shannon and I consume.
That's true.
Okay, I wanted to say they're delicious.
They were really good.
They're also real. They were real as Timo.
They were real.
And they were delicious.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I did smuggle a plate of dessert. Well, if the Prudential Center is listening, no, you didn't. You didn't hear this. I did smuggle a plate of desserts out there, even though there was like a cop at one of the exits. So I had to walk back and forth, trying to anyway. And I brought it up to Roman and Ramya and everyone up there.
Oh my God.
They gave one of the desserts to an older couple that were sitting in front of them, and they caught one of the T-shirts later. They gave it to Ramya.
I love that.
I love some favor with them for my desserts that I brought for them.
You're smuggling desserts to the nosebleeds.
Mm-hmm.
That were
it took forever to get up there. I got so fucking lost.
Yeah. Yeah. So my only other comment on this game is I present the Rube Goldberg machine theory.
Yes. I'm so curious. What does this mean?
So I tweeted something about how I genuinely feel that if the Devils had not even a star goalie, but just an average goalie, because right now Vitek is underperforming compared to almost every other goalie in the NHL.
Yeah.
And I think if they had even just an average goalie, they would be a Stanley Cup contender. Full stop. Because if you look at Vitek's stats, he has a poor save percentage. I think it's 88,
something like that. Yeah,
0.80. I don't know.
Oof.
But in terms of games won, it's still not a terrible percentage. And I think that has more to do with the fact that the rest of the team is able to compensate and is able to outperform and overcome. And so, but the other half of this discussion though is it the goalie or is it defense? Because those two are, dynamic. They play together. What's the problem? Is your goalie not being supported, or is your goalie just not saving shots that he should be saved? And I think it doesn't matter. I think what matters more is which of those two things are you able to compensate for? Because we've also been seeing, issues of on the defensive end with, Dougie Hamilton being out, Brendan Smith being on and off injury sometimes. Because he's still out, actually, I think.
Yeah,
he's just
I don't
back
think
to
he's
practice.
been playing.
And some of the good defensemen that we have, like Luke Hughes and Nemetz, are just still so young. They're still gaining experience.
Right.
And some people are pointing more towards that as the issue. I think the Devils can compensate for that, though. I think they can compensate for that long enough to get the younger defensemen more experience and get stronger if they have an average goalie. And what I call this is the Rube Goldberg machine theory.
Okay.
Which, so here's the thing. Sometimes when you watch a team that's just on a heater and, when the Oilers were on their, whatever it was, 16 game winning streak or whatever absurd number that was. I don't remember how. Or last year, just the Bruins the entire season.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And you just watch them and you're this team looks like a well-oiled machine. Every part is perfect. But see, I think that's false.
Okay.
Because I don't think what's at every part, I don't think every player is perfect. I don't think every part is coming together perfectly. What I think is actually happening, I think every good NHL team, every good sports team is not a well-oiled machine. It's a Rube Goldberg machine. It's just a messy combination of parts that maybe don't actually make sense together. But if you combine them in the right way, it can lurch along and get the job done, even if it doesn't make sense.
That's a good point.
That's the entire way the Flyers play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that what the Devils need to do, one, I think they need a new goalie because I don't think that can be compensated for. Or they just need to put Nico Dawson.
And I think VTech a lot. Well, the past two games.
Instead of getting all freaked out about trades, you just need to look at the pieces that you have, because every single player on this team, not every single, because so many players on this team are so talented and have so much skill. Just need to use them in the right way. We just need to put Timo Meier back in a position that he's familiar with and stop playing him on his opposite wing. I think you just need to combine them into a Rube Goldberg machine that maybe looks kind of ugly and weird, but gets the job done.
That's a good point.
That results in goals. I like your theory. Let's keep switching things up. Let's put people.
Yeah, let's put Luke Hughes in net and put Vanacek on defense.
Yeah. We can make this machine work.
Why not? There's no rules here.
No,
There's
rules. No rules in a Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah.
So
There are rules in the NHL, but we don't care about those.
No, we don't.
Shannon, can you take us into our next segment?
So let's get into our Skirkuffle Award. This is where we give Academy Awards to the most cinematic fights of the week. So this week, I don't have an award, but there is a very small scuffle I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Just specifically because it reminded me of a cat throwing a punch. So, during the Flames game when Vitek got hit once and then got hit the second time, and when he got back up, one of the fucking Flames player, number 91, threw a punch at Vitek. Like as if it was Vitek's fault that he ran into him.
Literally, he was just there.
I was like, okay.
Also, you know better. You don't hit the goalie.
Yes. And what was crazy about this is when he threw, like he went to, I think, instinctively throw this punch, but brought it back so fast that it looks like, when a cat gets really mad and they do that quick little punch. That's just what it reminded me of.
So true.
And I thought it was hysterical. And I was happy. Marino, I guess he was just like the closest player, but he immediately tried to start a fight with that guy, but the refs were not having it. I think they were just so fucking pissed that the goalie was where he was and those hits, and they were like, we ended the game, the play. So nothing escalated. So I think because this happened so late in the game and we were down in points that there wasn't any more fighting that resulted from this. Though I believe if this happens, if Vitek got hit like this in like the first period of the game, there would have been a full out brawl later. But I didn't see any scuffles worth mentioning besides that little cat punch. So no awards this week.
That's fair.
So Allie, what are the whispers on the Twitter wins this week?
Oh my God, there were so many, but
it's been a while.
the two that I want to talk about, first one I can't talk about because I don't understand what's going on. Okay. This one is just everything that's happening on the Coyotes Twitter right now.
Oh.
Where's the team going? Is the team being sold? Everyone is mad at them. And does the owner's son run their Twitter account? I don't know. Okay. But if he does and he's listening, I would like you, sir, to talk to the merch department and get them to reproduce that Arizona crop top with like the 80s flame print on it, because I need that shirt and it's been sold out for months now.
Man.
Thank you. There are lots of things I could have talked about. This subject is already perhaps old news, but it does kind of relate to the Coyotes thing, because some people are theorizing that maybe the Coyotes will actually end up going to Utah. You might be thinking, why would that happen? Well, that is because Utah may be the next NHL team.
Yes.
The reason I bring this up,
that's what that is
because on our very first episode of this podcast, second episode of this podcast,
I don't know actually. Where
first or second?
Early one.
We came up with the name.
I joked.
Yeah.
We were talking about Selkies, not the trophy, the Irish mythological creature. And I joked that there should be a team, the Salt Lake City Selkies. There may be a 33rd team, which is just a silly number.
It's a terrible
by the way.
Number. Why would you? You got to add 2 if you're going to do it.
Yeah,
like that. You
don't
can't.
add 1. That's stupid.
No.
Maybe
don't add any personally, but Salt Lake City has proposed their team be added to the NHL, and they have proposed some team names and logos and branding options.
I love that they were able to come up with that, but like the PWHL, nothing.
Yeah.
This doesn't even exist.
Listen, Mormons be rich.
Fair enough.
So the team options for Salt Lake City that were proposed are Utah Blizzard. It's a moose logo, and the primary colors are white, blue, and purple. I think this one's pretty.
Yeah, it's neat.
I think it's better than some of the other jerseys currently in the league.
Yeah.
I like this one.
Plus, they get a little guy. I like the little guy.
The next
effective.
one, my favorite one, is the Salt Lake City Stags, not Caribou.
It's a better name.
Salt Lake City Stags, I agree. Much better name. And I like how unique these colors are. The dark emerald green,
Yeah.
the tan and the brown, and the mountains on the sleeves.
It feels very outdoorsy.
Yes, that's it's very Utah. I love
Yeah.
it. Other options were the Salt Lake City Eagles.
Nope. Nah. Also, Eagles, boring.
Yellow.
Been done.
Oh my God, I skipped over the most important potential Utah. I didn't
Oh,
put this in the
shoot.
Yeti.
Oh!
The fourth option is, it just says Utah Yeti. It is blue. It's like an ice blue, a dark blue, a little bit of gold, white. But the logo is this like screaming Yeti face.
Oh my God.
That's what it has to be.
yeah.
Okay.
Plus Utah Yeti. It's got the same kind of alliteration, even though it's
Yeah.
not quite
We need
literally.
to talk about how this is another contender in the Cryptid Cup.
That's also
And I
true.
Oh!
This idea of adding more cryptids to the NHL.
It has to be that. Okay. Now I'm on board.
I want this. I don't think we need 33 teams. We can replace a team.
I think we just need to sell a team. Like,
Yeah.
get rid
yes,
of a team.
somebody just has to move to Utah.
And it could be the Coyotes.
I wonder
That'd be
if that's
unfortunate for you, but
I would totally if the Coyotes were the same team, but they were just the
They just
Utah
rebrand.
Yeti.
that's also fine.
I could live with that. I
All right.
like the Coyotes. I like Coyotes.
They got a nice little guy,
It's a good
I
name.
like the little guy, but
They could have an even cooler guy.
I'm a cryptid guy.
yeah.
A third cryptid
Third
for the Cryptid
cryptid.
Cup.
It's
Shoot.
That or sell the Blackhawks.
Yeah. Let's get rid of them.
They're never gonna do that, but
No, they're not.
I would love them to.
Yep.
So those are the whispers on the Twitter wins. If Arizona keeps acting crazy on Twitter and gets their team taken away, maybe we'll be having Utah Yetis.
Maybe.
You know what? I think what actually would happen though,
Mhm.
the Utah Yotes.
I don't know what a yote is.
Short for coyote. Yote
Oh.
and southern Utah touches Arizona. So like they both have Red Rock
Yeah.
Desert. They both have coyotes. So
That would make
I
sense.
like that.
Keep
Yeah.
some of your legacy. you
yeah.
know?
Utah Yotes kind of has
That's
like
fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's not a Yeti.
Yeah.
We need Yetis.
They could redesign the little guy.
So you know what? I'm not going to worry about it till then.
What
Mhm.
are we going to worry about?
Well, the point is not to
We're
worry
not.
about it in
Yeah,
this
we're
segment.
not gonna worry. We're not going to worry.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm saying random shit and the announcers do it too. So this week, I got a little mixture of a couple things I heard and saw
Mhm.
during the Avalanche game that we went to, and some stuff I heard during the Flames game. So first there were these little kids, super cute. At first, a couple rows back from us, shouting, "Shoot the puck! Shoot the puck!" And I'm like, okay, I get it.
They're helping.
Funny. Haha. But by the third period, that's all they said the entire game. And I was like, okay.
You know what's funny? I was sitting next to you the entire time. I did not hear this once.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Wow.
These might have been the voices in your head.
Okay. Voices in my head said, shoot the puck. I saw a really funny sign at the game. Some woman was holding Jack Hughes, will you be my Valentine?
Adorable.
No.
I thought that was fun.
He wasn't even playing.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
He wasn't even playing.
Wait.
You're right. Because this was the Avalanche game.
Guys.
You got to pick someone who's actually out there if you want to.
That's silly.
Oh.
Then we have volleyballs it away behind the net.
That's so good.
Was this Dano?
This is Bill.
You know he's been waiting to say that.
Yeah, he's been thinking about that
yes. I love this. I thought it was funny because it was at a point in the game where Kevin Ball actually hit the puck up with his hand while it was in the air.
Not even with his stick.
Oh.
No, it was with his hand. He actually
literally
He was
volleyballed
straight
it.
up
it.
serving the puck.
Nice.
Yes. Thought that was hysterical. Then we have, can there be a more of a Dawson Mercer goal than the one on Thursday?
What
This was
what does
Bill
that mean?
again.
What does that mean?
I don't know. He continued to describe it, but I still didn't understand.
Dawson
a more
Mercer
of a Dawson
Thursday.
Mercer goal
Thursday goals.
on than that one on
Dawson Mercer
Thursday.
Thursday.
It must have been Tuesday.
Is
He
that
was
what he meant?
referring
Yeah.
to the one on Tuesday.
No, but he
Maybe,
said
but he said, but it was Thursday.
You know what? Let's just not worry about
We're
it.
not going to worry about it.
All right, moving on.
That's the thing.
We don't know. Thursday
Yeah.
goals for Dawson Mercer.
Yeah.
This was Bill again. I was just listening. I'm pretty sure this is Bill.
Yeah.
That's exactly what the doctor ordered. This was in reference to Nico's shorthanded goal during the power kill.
Sure.
That 4-minute power
That
kill.
is what the doctor
It
ordered
is.
because
Yes.
you could inject that straight into my
You
vein
could.
and it would cure anything.
It would.
Yes.
For sure.
I thought this was fun. This is a common phrase, but I just hadn't heard Bill and Dano use it yet. So I put it here.
Yeah, I like it.
This one felt personal to me.
I know exactly why you put this on the list. I saw this one. I was like, this is for Shannon.
It does make sense.
Calgary in the driver's seat. I'm in the fucking
You
driver's seat.
are in the driver's seat.
Nobody else is allowed to drive. That's not true. I just want to
Shannon's
drive.
Not even on the ice.
But
But
she
she's
should be driving.
Always in the driver's
Yeah.
seat. I'm a passenger princess.
Absolutely.
Never in the driver's seat.
Okay. Next we got
Wait.
nutmeg.
What is this?
Okay, so the producer and I were talking about the one goal that VTech thought he got but didn't get, and it went behind the 5-hole, and then they tapped the goal in.
Yeah.
So the producer went, "Oh, nutmeg," and I was like, "What the fuck is that?" And he was like, that's when like in basketball when they throw the ball between a player's legs.
It's called nutmeg?
a
Really?
nutmeg. And I was like, I don't like that.
Why?
And-
What does that mean?
So then I was explaining to him why it was called the 5-hole, and he's like, no, this is a real term. Like, Google it. And I
Yeah.
did.
I believe it.
and it's
so
in
funny.
reference to all sports.
Really?
Hockey, soccer, basketball.
I've
never heard this.
if
ever.
it's passed between the legs, it could be
It's a
called
nutmeg?
nutmeg. And I was like, I hate that, but I get it.
I mean, yeah, like I kind of get it.
But I've never
it's-
heard it before. Like, I can't believe
No.
Dano hasn't said this
Right?
before.
Yeah.
So I
Nutmeg.
just had to put this here.
That's incredible. Thank you for teaching us
How
that.
have I never heard that
Yeah, me
word
neither.
before?
I don't know. And lastly, we got they come fast, they come quick. And this was Bill talking about the Devils.
I'm sorry,
fucking
Shannon.
bad.
I'm sorry to make you say these things.
That's why it's here. Because we're really, really not going to worry about that one. I don't think Allie's okay. We're going to move on over to It Boy of the Week.
It boy of the week.
Who's got a nomination?
You know, I had one earlier.
Oh, what happened to
I
him?
forget.
Oh.
So I'm
I
going to scroll
have
back
my
up.
nomination.
I have 2 nominations.
Oh, shoot. All right. Go for it
okay.
then.
Hold
Go
on.
for it.
Hold on. Shannon, do yours first.
I'm nominating Palat
Oh.
Okay.
because he had 2 goals in his first game back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. I like it.
I have 2 nominations.
All right.
My first nomination is Jesper Bratt
Ooh. Okay.
for consistently showing up and giving it his all and being an all-star.
Hmm.
My second nomination is Nico Hischier because I like him.
Okay.
All right, Sarah.
All right. All right. You've given me a lot to think about here. You've made some good points on most of these, at least. And, you know, I think I do remember who the nomination that I was going to pick was, and it was someone who was mentioned. However, I think I'm going
Oh.
to change my mind, actually.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that the It Boy of the Week is Jesper Bratt.
Yay! It's been so long since my nomination has won.
It's funny.
Nothing to do with the fact that I only ever nominate Nico for no reason.
That's true. But I think you're absolutely right. You know, he was in the All-Star game for a reason.
Yeah.
And we haven't been celebrating him in any kind of way.
I think so. I feel like we have not given Jesper Bratt his flowers enough on our podcast.
Yeah. I don't think we should take him for granted.
No.
I agree.
He's one of those guys who's like, it's almost kind of like invisible how good he is because it always happens. And it's so reliable that you don't notice it until it's gone. But he never gets injured, so it's never gone.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
I think he's earned it. It Boy of the Week.
Yeah.
Perhaps for the first time ever.
Let me check.
Jesper Bratt.
That he was. First time.
Wow. Oh, what have we been doing for the past 15 episodes?
A lot of
Nominating
other
Nico.
stuff. And you know, I don't think that I would pick Jesper Bratt to be my Valentine.
Okay.
Who are you guys gonna pick to be your Valentine?
This is very difficult because I'm trying to think of like
a little kid version of Valentine.
Yeah.
You know, like you're
Right.
giving like a cute little card and it's...
right. So I'm stuck between two.
Oh.
So like if I was like a little kid in grade school and I was gonna give my Valentine card, I would either give it to Siegenthaler because he always looks fucking fantastic.
Yes.
And I would be like, I think you dress amazing. I want to give you my card. Or Curtis Lazar.
Curtis Lazar is a good option.
That's a
He
great
just
option.
has
Yeah.
like that super friendly
Does. Absolutely.
smile and
Yeah.
energy where you're just like, I know if I gave him the card, he would accept it
He'd be
and be like,
nice.
thank you.
He would. I agree with that.
Aww.
I'm stuck between the two, but I think that's who
One
grade
time,
school me would give my Valentine's
when I was-
card to.
Oh, I cut you off. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
One time when I was in second grade, I had such a crush on this kid. And every year I would give him my Valentine. But then like one year, like second or third grade, he wasn't in my class anymore. And I made a separate, I'd bring Valentines for the other kids in the class. And I made a separate special Valentine just for him. And I went to my teacher and I was like, can I go to the other classroom and bring him his Valentine? And she was like, sure. And I remember like walking down this long hallway.
Oh no.
And it was so dark. And I was my heart was beating. And I was like, I have to walk into the middle of this classroom and they might be in the middle of class. I don't know if they've started their Valentines.
Yeah.
So I could just go up to him and give him his little Valentine.
Did you do it?
I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Brave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Teachers probably thought that was like the cutest thing
I
ever.
know.
Definitely.
So who am I giving Valentines to? See, I'm I'm a nice person. I'd give Valentines to everyone. I think I would give one to Brendan Smith
That's nice.
because then I would get a
Yeah.
nice little sideways thumbs up.
That's true. You would.
And I would really like that.
Yes.
And then I'd give one to Nico because I just like him.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
I like how people can't see you had the thumb out sideways. And when you said Nico, the thumb went up.
yes. Sideways thumb is a Brendan Smith thumbs up. Upright thumb is a Nico,
Yes.
thumbs up.
Definitely. In thinking the same way, like what would little kid me have, like who would I have chosen then? It's Dougie Hamilton.
100%.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, shall we sing it out?
I think we should. A single mom who works 2 jobs, who loves her kids and never stops, with gentle hands and the heart of a fighter. I'm a survivor.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for listening. This has been Hot Girls Hockey. Tune in next week for more sugar.
Spice.
And everything ice.
If you like our show, please leave us a rating, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts, and tweet at us at hotgirlshockey_. And don't forget to check out our Shopify shop, where we will have all of our official Hot Girls Hockey merchandise, and sign up for our newsletter so you'll know when the store drops. And
Oh my gosh.
if you are going to the Outdoor Series Stadium Series game at the end of February, we will be there. And if you want to make a special guest cameo on an episode of Hot Girls Hockey,
Yeah.
look for us there and follow me on Twitter to find more updates about this at hotgirlshockey_.